If you want to know how to get the rear window glass out of an H-Series 1-tonner or ute, this is how I did it. Wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be, and I hope it helps you too. I want to flip Trixie's cab kind of on her back so that I can work on the firewall and also underneath the floor and get all of that cleaned up, de-rusted and KBS'd. But in flipping her on her back, I do have a frame to do that. You can kind of see it's that blue coated steel thing back there. Anyway, more on that later when I get it set up. But it's going to support her on her back, but what I don't want to risk is breaking the rear window. And this is her original one as far as I can tell. And I've got to figure out how to take it out without breaking it. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to replace the rubbers because they're pretty old and not in the best condition. And besides, if I've got the window out, why wouldn't I replace the rubbers so that they last a lot longer? But I've got to figure out how to get this out without breaking it. I do have the commercial supplement for the HQ, and I am just hoping that it also applies to this HZ in how to take out the rear window glass. The instructions are pretty vague and light on, and the instructions use words that don't match the words in the diagrams. But from what I think I can figure out is that this rubber has a bit of a strip in the middle there that might somehow help hold it in, and I've got a feeling that's got to come out. The edge of it's kind of there, so my intention is to try and pry that out and see if that helps free up the rubber at all. So yeah, that does seem to come out. And it is kind of letting that part of the channel come away. I'll keep pulling that out and see what happens. I don't think the glass is going to spontaneously fall out. Let's hope not anyway. This rubber is sort of quite crumbly and deteriorating, so a very good idea to replace it, I reckon. I haven't checked Rare Spares or anywhere to see if I can get it. I'm assuming I can, surely. That just took a little bit of prying to get it started with a little blade screwdriver. So the next step is to gently pry this edge of the rubber away from the flange on the body. And to do that hopefully without the window coming loose all of a sudden, but also I don't want to damage this, whatever it's called, this piece of crappy old vinyl that I'm still hoping to keep, at least to use as a template, but hopefully it's in not too bad a condition and I might be able to reuse it. It's kind of hard to tell if I'm breaking enough of the seal between the rubber and the body. I mean, this vinyl's popping out easily, but I can't quite tell if I'm prying it away enough. The instructions say use a putty knife, which is a nice thin blade, but I just don't have anything like that. So blade screwdriver. That seems to be the technique. Just getting it up under there a little bit deeper and then it quite easily wiggles along. That is so fragile, it's just going to tear. I'm going to have to give up hope in retaining it, I think. And it's probably going to look out of place anyway because I'm getting the bench seat recovered, so that'll look brand new. The dash pad is in awesome condition, it almost looks brand new. Headliner is pretty damn good too. I'm not sure if I'll keep that, but this thing has definitely seen better days. So if I have this figured out right, that locking strip that sort of was inside that channel there helps to stop this bottom lip of the rubber from coming up, like my fingers can bring it up now. And I think the idea is that that now can bend up quite easily and the glass can get pushed inside the cab to release it from the flange of the window opening. And inside the cab, I did manage to release this bottom rubber, but I haven't done up around the top and down the sides because I can't really get a blade in there with the angle that it's at. So I'm just hoping that the years have been rough and it's just going to have lost all of its stiction and it'll come free fairly easily anyway. This is going to do nothing, but as a precaution to me maybe dropping the glass, I've got this rubber mat, I've got giant bubble wrap under here and blankets. At least it'll stop it shattering really loudly if I do drop it. And my in-laws kindly gave me this handle out of their shower, which I think is just to help them get in and out without the risk of slipping, and it has really, really stuck firmly to the glass. I did give it a clean first, so I'm hoping that will be the handle that I'll hold on to and maybe either slow down the fall of the glass if I lose control of it, or just be the way that I can handle it and save it and get it out of its position. I really should have someone help me do this and be on the inside to help catch the glass, but I'm impatient and I didn't realise it would be quite this easy to release the rubber, and I'm kind of very curious to see if this works. Maybe I can just get some of the way and then get help with the rest, we'll see. But I am going to just keep working around the edge here and make sure that all of this outside bit is separated. And it kind of is, it's just coming away so easily, and I think again that's because anything that was sticking it down has long since deteriorated. It's looking pretty good in there actually. It might be a little bit of surface rust, but I can't see anything scary. I can feel it flexing a little. But I feel like it's going to take a decent amount of force to free it. What's going on inside my head is wondering whether I'm going to chicken out. I think it's going to take a fair amount of force and probably both my hands to push it, so I think getting some help is going to be the way to go. Yep. And it's out and didn't break it. Now this flange around the window opening, for the most part I think is okay. Like there is some surface rust there, sure. Not too bad. Bit more there, maybe a bit of pitting. Yeah, definitely some pitting down here. It's still got some thickness to it though. Along the bottom, here looks really good. A bit there. But I think there's one problem area, which is about a 5 centimetre length through here, and that's quite thin. I'm not sure if you can see that very well, maybe not, but yeah, it's quite thin just through there. It might be a case of having to cut that bit out and just weld a new piece in, but I will clean it up when I get started on the bodywork and just see what it needs there. But yeah, that was something I was worried about, taking this rear glass out, because I really didn't want to break it. But it turned out to be a lot easier than I thought it would be. Scotty came down and helped, as you saw, just to support it on the inside while I kind of pressed it through from the outside. It didn't really need that much force, but I think I just felt more confident knowing that he was there to catch it. And he didn't have to catch it, actually. He really just kind of lifted it away once it had fully freed up. So now I reckon I'll take this headliner all the way out and see what's under the back there, which I have not yet had a close enough look at. The front part of the roof on the inside there, you can see looks pretty amazing. And when I took most of the headliner out, and I did a video on that, one of the first videos I've done on the channel actually, it really does look quite amazing up there. But yeah, I think this is more a case of seeing what condition the headliner is in. It looks pretty nice on the visible side, but it's looking pretty crunchy on the underside. So I don't know, maybe this has to get replaced too. I'm still amazed at how good a condition this one-tonner is in though. It's such a fun thing to work on. It doesn't feel overwhelming. I don't imagine this is going to take too long. Just got to remember how to get these headliner bows out, because they were a little bit hard to figure out the right angle to detach them. As for the headliner, I don't know. Now that I've got it out and I look at it, it's kind of hard to imagine putting it back in. It's falling apart. It does have a few little holes in it. Like, it does look really nice from the side that we see, but yeah, the backing is just really showing its age. Especially where it's had some water on it, maybe rain with the window down, and it's just helping the fabric to rot. Anyway, there's things I can move on to without having to think about that yet. So that's another little milestone reached, I guess. The back window's out, the headliner's out. And it really doesn't look too bad in here, by the way. There's a little bit of surface rust. Just there where I can see, and also up inside the cavities, but I think still I'm going to stick with my original plan of just fish oiling up in there. I can't really get any other tool in there to shave off that rust. So yeah, fish oil I think will be all that needs, just to lock it in and not let it get any worse, at least not for a long time. I guess she's ready to turn on her back so I can start working on the firewall and the underneath of the floor. If I'm honest, I was hesitating a bit to get this rear window glass out because I didn't know how to do it. I couldn't find any information on how to do it, and I really didn't want to break the glass. I want to have the option of reusing it, and at this stage 90%, I'm probably going to reuse it because it is in great condition. Even though the windscreen that I took out of Trixie, there was a video on that on this channel, that's new, but I still like the idea of keeping as much of this one-tonner original as I can. Yeah, it really was quite easy, and is great that I didn't break it. It now means I can move on to getting this cab flipped onto its back. That's going to be in another video though. Stay tuned and I'll see you then.